descended.
This is the Black Powder Podcast with Yasuke Fett, coming back at you with part 2 of the OGUN GEAR series featuring OG, the representative of that company. If you like what you've heard and like what you're listening to, please subscribe to this channel. You can find us on all major platforms such as Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Music, and Amazon Music, and more by looking for Black Powder Podcast. Links to subscribe will also be below. So you can't do Instagram ads or Facebook ads or anything?
No, sir.
That's weird, because I'm not saying I had a lot of success from doing ads, but like for this podcast, I just let it be known, like, hey, this is a podcast mainly geared towards the black social space. This is what I'm trying to do. This is my goal. And the last ad that I did was $25 for maybe a couple of days on Facebook, and it hit a lot of people, but it didn't really get the reaction I was looking for. So what I've come to learn from ads is the fact that you can pay for them, but I think in order for them to be effective, you need to already have some sort of, major establishment. It's the equivalent of like when you first go to a Google search and you type in something, you usually don't see the first result. What you usually see is, you're looking for race car socks. Well, how about we recommend, what's the name of that place? O'Reilly's or AutoZone or Nopi or, Brembo, so on and so forth, before you get to the first result. So
exactly. Yeah, all those sponsored ads. I'm not sure about Google ads, but I know with Facebook and Instagram, I was able to run one ad, and after that, they restricted me.
Yeah, they've been getting a little touchy as far as anything involving firearms. It's kind of ridiculous. It's about the same as if you put up a meme about the whole C-19 issue going on. Same thing on YouTube. It's like, oh, you said C-19, let's fact check it. Like, I could put up something stupid like, if you have it for 2 days, you'll get polka dots over your face. And then the stupid fact check logo will pop up on the bottom. It's like, well, this is the best resource to find out more about C-19. It's like, it's so restrictive and so ridiculous. And even with firearms, it's gotten to the point where I think it goes beyond a racial thing. Like, don't get me wrong, my goal is to try and get more of our people involved, but looking at the other groups, whether it's white-owned, mainly white-owned, or even, I guarantee you, just to throw a name out there, with Ronin Tactics on what's it called, YouTube, Vigilance Elite, especially Warrior Poet Society, they have been getting Facebook bombed to the point where it's like some of them started on platform, which I can't blame them, because if you can't advertise yourself on what's supposed to be a quote-unquote free platform, then you have to find another way to do it. And especially with this podcast, for example, because like I said, it reached over 100-something people, but I got barely any results. I think I've had more success with word of mouth than doing any type of ad. The other thing I wanted to ask you is, you mentioned the fact that you're dealing with larger, more well-established companies. That will put you in the minority group. And I remember one of my coworkers saying this because he started a taxi company. I think it was in New York or something. It was in the airport area, right?
Yeah.
The main thing he was looking at was the fact that he was competing with people who have already been established. So he was able to get a loan due to the fact that, number one, he was a minority, because I believe it's Middle Eastern. And number two, he's coming to a realm that's already saturated with people that are, for lack of a better description, the bigger fish in the pond. Yeah. So when he made that argument, he was able to establish his cab company, and he got a little bit of a loan, or a minority boost, if you will, because of that. So maybe that's something you might want to look into, because if you look at look at anything, because Smith and Wesson to Ruger, probably the CZ, Century Arms, Canic, so on and so forth, just to name some of the bigger ones. And then you got Black Hawk. What's the other one? Not Condor. Black Hawk. Let's just say Black Hawk 511. I think to a certain degree, even certain items from, I dare say, Under Armour, but regardless, I mean, you're competing with not only people in the Second Amendment space, but you're also competing with people in the not the fashion, but like, let's say the clothing aspect of things, because you do have
like
clothing
outfitters.
Right, outfitters. Thank you. So that will put you in that small minority group that's actually trying to establish themselves. So that might be something worth looking into.
Oh, absolutely. That's a good idea, man. I'm definitely gonna look into that.
Yeah, you got to utilize any advantage you can get.
Yeah, I got to get my credit up first.
Yeah, the way my bank account works, we ain't even talk about that. But so here's
yeah, man.
God, we keeping the head above water.
Oh man,
shoot, that's all I'm gonna say.
Exactly,
man. As far as your brand goes, man, do you find it hard to find people to model your gear, or is it very easy for you?
I actually haven't had to reach out to anyone outside of my family. I've used my nephews mostly have been the models for the brand, pretty much the face. Over time, I do want to start reaching outside of the family. It's just the fact that, you know, I really don't have the funds to be able to pay anybody at this time, especially with, you know, just quitting my job and everything, trying to make everything work. So I got to keep it as low cost as possible.
Hell, I do it for free. I'm just saying.
I'm actually, with that, I'm starting a brand ambassador program very soon, probably within the next week or so. I'm not sure when this podcast will air, but yeah, so that'll be kind of a form of modeling, if you will, because I'll be able to use the user generated content to market to other people, as well as they'll be marketing to their community that they have built themselves. So you know, yeah, that's one of the ways that I'm gonna try and do it, and that hasn't been hard at all. You know, I usually just send out a quick little DM and ask if they're interested, or if not, you know, sometimes people don't answer. Sometimes, most of the time, people do. So I can't say I've had an issue with that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Now you just put some extra pressure on me to get this one out, so you know, appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, definitely be one to help you out, man. I'll keep shouting you out on the podcast too.
Appreciate it.
Because that's how we build each other up. So
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and if you got anything you want me to test out or do a review on, shoot, I'll go ahead and do it, no problem.
Okay.
Especially if you want me to ship it back, you want me to pay for it, whatever, you know.
Okay. I got you.
Just send me another patch to test out, because, you know, like I said, the way my bank account is working.
Hey, man, I got you.
Cool. Yeah,
I got you.
We gonna make this work, brother.
Yeah, we'll talk off there.
Okay, cool. And I do know for a fact, because in the Black Gun Owners and Education group on Facebook, there's a guy, his channel is, I believe it's called I Run and Gun, which I got an interview with him coming up this weekend too, or this week.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the second person I saw. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing, man. I'm looking forward to interviewing him. But he was the second person I saw that posted in that group, and I saw your patch. And I'm like, OGUN GEAR? Mm-hmm. He said, yeah, you know it, brother. I'm like, yeah, this was us. So just even the smallest bit of success that you see involving people that you know, it gives you a feeling of pride, man. So I'm really like, yeah, let's get this out there.
Yeah, man, that means the world to me, man. I actually didn't even know that he had bought something until he posted it, and I was like, man, like, I can't believe he bought it, because I mean, I look at his stuff all the time, and I study his videos and different techniques that he offers, and that really threw me, man, because unfortunately I haven't had a lot of like a ton of support from the major people in the black two-way community. For whatever reason that may be, I'm not sure, but for him to have supported the brand and made a post about it to help spread the word meant even more. um that meant a lot to me, so I'm glad to see that he'll be a guest on the Black Powder podcast as well.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to have both y'all on, eventually at the same time. So yeah,
For sure, man.
we
i'm,
got
I'm always down.
they got to build that organic community, man. That's how I look at it.
Yes sir, yes
But
sir.
but speaking of your items, man, what would you say is the most popular item in your stock?
Most popular, um the Tay 2 pistol, EDC or range bag. That's a consistent seller. um people buy those consistently throughout the year. It doesn't always just like sell, constantly, but I can always bank on that to sell at least a couple of them a month.
Cool. That's what's up. You ever see yourself doing because I know there was, let's just say, a bigger name. They've recently got into the what is it, the custom holster business. You ever see yourself doing anything like that?
Absolutely. I actually have a deal that I worked out with Tactical Warrior Arms. And he wants to help me out with my with the holsters, so he'll create the holsters for me, and I'll brand them in OGUN gear. But yeah, it's the first time I've actually said that for the public to hear. So yeah, holsters will be coming as soon as I'm able to get a what's the name of it, laser engraver to be able to put my logo on
Oh, cool, cool. So,
it. Absolutely.
how far do you think you'll go? Like, do you? I know you don't do gun sales, but do you think you'll do like maybe like blades, or like maybe because I know you had the what's it called, the I think the bore scope up there, not the
Oh
scope.
yeah, yeah, the laser
Yeah,
laser
the
board.
laser. Right, right.
Yeah, I do have that, but that manufacturer, they want me to put in larger orders. So I may have to discontinue that product until I reach that point to where I can put in a larger order for those. But yeah, what was the question again?
I guess
I
basically, do
totally
you see
forgot.
yourself going past just accessories into like the realm
Oh
of
yes.
like blades, or scopes?
Yeah, yeah. So I am looking into getting into blades. Like I said, anything preparation, survival. It doesn't always have to be firearms. I do have fire starter ferro rods
That's cool.
that
That's cool.
I'm looking into getting out onto the market. I just need to I want to take some better pictures of them, and I got kind of busy during the time that I first got them, but I have them in stock already and everything. I just need to get the listing on the website. But yeah, anything preparedness, survival, as well as firearm related. I'd like to get into ammo sales as well, but I'm not sure. I need to do more research as far as what I need to do legally for that, and I haven't really had the opportunity to put the time in to study that just yet. Um, Even firearm sales, I've spoken to Jay the Shooter quite a few times. Shout out to him.
Hmm.
He's been a supporter of the brand, and his FFL Elite program that him and Red Phoenix Defense have together. Sev 2 as well. Good brothers. I'm not really familiar with Red Phoenix, but he seems like a great guy. But Jay the Shooter for sure, he's definitely helped me out behind the scenes. Being more of a mentor to help guide me throughout my journey as a CEO and whatnot. But Absolutely. I definitely do want to get into far more products than I've been into right now, and I actually do want to may even look into starting another brand to help bring that to fruition, just to kind of stay on target with my brand identity as far as OGUN Gear. I don't want it to become, anything. We just sell everything. I don't want it to be like a Walmart, but
OGUN fishing bait.
Exactly. Exactly. But oh, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say, if you do end up getting into the scope production, I got a good name for you. And I got it from my because I got a Ruger PC charger, and I call it OGUN's Eye.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll let you have it, patent pending. Check with OG. If I see you using that name, we're gonna have some problems. So yeah, if you ever decide to use that name, feel free to use it.
I got you, man.
Anybody else,
I'll give you a royalty.
Right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. Nah, that's a good name though.
Yeah, if you decide to use it, I gotta rename my well, it's a pistol, but yeah, it's a long story. We gotta take that off air probably. It's legal, but we live in the era of the brace ban, so it is what it is. Not saying I got anything illegal on it, but if this brace ban thing keeps ramping up, eventually I'm just gonna take it off and use it as a pistol as it's been released as. So it is what it is. Yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing more stuff, man. So if you do, whether it's scopes, blades, whatever, yeah, definitely down with that. Me, I happen to like more the Asian inspired like Tonto blades.
Okay.
Or, but you do anything like that, let me know. Heck, if you need that ideas, whatever, like I said, I'm down for advertising. I'm down for product testing, modeling if you need it, whatever, man. I feel like I'm doing a job interview now. It's like, what can you do for OGUN Gear? It's like, I'm very determined, sir. I've been in this field for a while. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know the difference between 22 LR and 9mm, and I'm better than David Chipman. So
hey, man, I got you. I got you for sure.
But I know you also said ammo sales too, so
yes.
The other thing I worry about with that is the fact that I think it was in California, but they were talking about you needed they would consider ammo like selling a firearm, so that it was kind of a whisper. Yeah, it was kind of a whisper at the time. Hopefully it didn't pass. Hopefully it's just died down, but yeah, we're living in interesting times right now when it comes to the Second Amendment. So I guess
exactly.
Wait and see.
Exactly.
So I know earlier you were talking about nonprofits.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you're pretty involved in the community. What type of community events do you partake in?
I haven't really done too much thus far because, like I said, I just quit my job a couple of months ago. So my time was consumed with business activities and work for somebody else. So I didn't really have a lot of time to plan that stuff. But I've been keeping my ear to the streets as far as trying to figure out some of these nonprofits that align with what I'm trying to do and would be okay with aligning themselves with a Second Amendment brand, because of course you gotta be aware of that type of stuff. Some people, it's a tough subject for some people as far as what they're willing to support and do partnerships with a brand like OGUN Gear. So I am, that's in my mission statement, man, to always, give back to the community and commit to the community. So, I'm not a Black-owned brand that just wants to take from the Black community and not give anything back.
Right.
With that being said, Currently, I'm actually working with Black Men Are Awesome on Instagram. She's doing a giveaway, a bike giveaway for kids in St. Louis. I'm not sure what it's a certain area that she's working with. I'm not familiar with the St. Louis area. I just saw that she was doing it, and I told her, I would love to be able to, offer what I can to help provide a bike or two for some of those kids. So, I'll be any sales between, I think it was October 1st to October 25th.
Yeah, I was
will
looking
be
at it. As a matter of fact, it's posted on your page. It says 10% of our total sales from October the 2nd to October 25th.
Yep. Yeah, we'll go to her and her efforts to help those kids get some bikes. So, that's the first thing that I'm doing like this, but I plan to do, quite a bit more. Just to help out the community because like I said, I'm extremely appreciative of the support I've had thus far, even though it's not to like a level of like I'm not even really financially free right now. if I don't, yeah, like if I don't market, I ain't making no money. So, I'm not to that level yet, but until I get there, and when I do have anything extra, I'm willing to help, to give it to somebody.
That's how it should be, man. And I get it. Like I said, I'm over here like what's that character for Popeye? I'm going way back. I'm probably dating myself, but I'll gladly pay you for a hamburger on Tuesday. Wimpy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dang, I forgot about that dude.
I know. I'm dating myself. I'm like, yeah.
I used to love that show, man.
Shoot, back when cartoons used to make sense, and it's also good to see a black-owned business team. A black-owned business that's ran by a black man teaming up with a black-owned business that looks like it's ran by a black woman, because we got this whole ridiculous mindset of all these gender war topics and everything, which we need to realize that in order for black society to continue to be black society, we need more black families, black kids.
Exactly.
And if we don't have that, or just to get down to the main point, meat and potatoes of it, if we don't have people that are willing to get together and function, look past getting the bag and all this other stuff, there's not going to be much black society left.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't first off for a black woman and my mom. And as well, like, not equally, but to go along with that, like my girlfriend, she does everything to help me out, like even down to helping me determine who my market is, because at the beginning, like I said earlier, I haven't had the major support from some of the big names in the black two-way community, and that used to get to me pretty tough. To begin, I was thinking, I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna help provide, and people are gonna take to this with open arms, and a lot of people have, not to undermine the people who have, but some of those larger people who could have, like, with just one post could have boosted it to 20,000 people, haven't really grasped the way that I thought that they would, and that used to really get to me. But she helps me to understand, like, maybe that's not your market. Maybe there's something you have to do for yourself before you're able to get to that level, or don't worry about that, just work on you. Sometimes you need to hear that. And a black woman is one of the most important things that you can have to help you to reach the potential that you wish to reach. Even when I was back in school, I wanted to give up on college before I met her. So we have to understand the power of, like you said, the black family. That was before we even had a child. So I guess we technically weren't a family at that time. But had I not had those moments, I would have never reached the point to start a black family. So yeah, bro, like it's strong. We can't allow that to come between us.
Right.
And I've always been one to recognize and praise black women. And of course, that working with a black woman has never intimidated me. If anything, it uplifts me, because I feel like women are, they're a lot more, whereas men look at things through a wide lens, I feel like women are better at honing in on specific things. So I would never have any problem working with a woman, or having a woman of being a high ranking individual in my business or anything like that. I don't subscribe to any of that garbage.
I think for me, because a black woman is one thing, but finding a good black woman, that's ultimately, that should be the goal.
Yep.
Me, I just found a black woman, and
Yeah.
as the good book says, he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing.
Yeah.
I got my own faults as well, but I did not find a wife. I just found a woman, and I regret that. Compared
Yeah.
to where I'm at now, I got a kid and everything. That's another story. But where I'm at now, where I have a woman who, yeah, man, that's. You go give me a cup of sake or something. Anyway, I've got a woman who is a good woman, who is helping me in more ways than one, not trying to lord over me and tell me exactly what I should be doing, how I should do it. It's not all compressing your goals and your dreams into a box of things that aren't important. So
Yeah.
I really wish I could take that, box it up, bottle it up, sell it, whatever, and give it to our black community. Because to be blunt about it, I'm really tired of these hoes ain't shit. These black men ain't shit. I'm tired of that. That ain't gonna get us
Yep.
anywhere. But that could be a whole
Yep.
other conversation down the road. And I look at it like
Yeah,
this,
bro.
man. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about them. Continue on, because I'm preaching at this point. But
Yeah.
for both,
You good, man? Preach. Your space.
true, but still, it's like But I look at it like this, man. When you got both men and women sitting back saying that neither of them are worth anything, and especially in the era that we live in social media, because clearly we don't really own our image as black people. That's where we need to, wiser minds need to prevail and start speaking out against that. No matter if you're a man or a woman, because if the narrative is always the man isn't worth anything and the woman isn't worth anything, you're only going to rise as a society as high as your greatest person. Which right now, with what we see on TV, we're lucky if we're in the shallows still. So we got to get it we got to get it back into the deep end and realize that this is where we need to be at, versus just being bottom feeders and saying this is good enough. This is good enough for our society, which is not.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, we're behind, at least in the firearm aspect, which means that I can guarantee you. Oh no, you also said the economical aspect as well when you broke it down. So we need to catch up, and we can't do that working against each other. We need to get rid of that slave mentality, the crab in the barrel mentality, and get right. And I'm not trying to sit here saying like, grab yourself by the bootstraps, because there ain't no bootstraps. This is what we got. We are still a flourishing nation that needs to act like a nation. Everybody can sit back and say, what's up my king, what's up my queen, but at the end of the day, if we're gonna consider to call ourselves that, we need to get past calling, and this is just me, we need to get past calling ourselves the N-word and bitches. Because how you gonna be royalty using the words of enslavement at the end of the day?
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's all I gotta say about that.
That's the truth, bro.
Let me put this soapbox up.